I'm often asked, how do you use clean language as a research methodology for focus groups? Because how can you ask clean questions when there's more than one person speaking? And I think you do it very, very similarly to the way I might start a business meeting or the way I might pitch for work. I'll take whatever the topic is that we're researching. So, for example, with students, when we were looking at creating a learning-to-learn community, we started with the students were chosen because we'd asked who here absolutely made the most of their time at university, who here got what they needed from it and really used their time well, fulfilled their potential. So we weren't looking for necessarily first-class honours students, but for students who felt that they'd absolutely got what they needed. So that was the group that we had in. Might have a group of 7 students in. And I say some starting question like, so what's the difference that made the difference? You know, or, but actually that is what, so what's the difference that made the difference to you doing your best? And somebody had said, oh, for me it was absolutely, it was knowing my learning style. So when it was knowing your learning style, what kind of knowing? Oh, well, it was like understanding it so that when I went into different situations, I knew what I needed to learn at my best. And if this teacher wasn't teaching me the way I needed to, I could fill in the gaps and make sure that I still understood that topic. Okay, so that's learning style, knowing your learning style, knowing that when you go into different situations, if you're not getting what you need, then you can fill in the gaps. So who's different to that? Who's got a different, something that made a difference to them fulfilling their own potential? Oh, for me, it was completely different. It was just about staying motivated. So then I'd turn around and go, so who's different to that? And somebody said, oh, I'm completely different to that. For me, it was motivation, absolute motivation. It was about staying motivated right the way through any setbacks that I got. How do I just plough on through and keep myself focused on university until it's finished? Okay, so for you, it's motivation. So who's different again? Who's got something else? Somebody else has said, oh, for me, it was all about overcoming setbacks. It was just that, you know, you're going along, something's going to go wrong. However you expect it's going to be, something's going to go wrong and you need to be able to step over that. So, okay, so for you, it's knowing your learning style. For you, it's staying motivated, staying focused. And for you, it's overcoming setbacks. So then we've got anything different. And then you just go around the room. Who's got something different? Who's not like that? Because you want to avoid groupthink. But what I did do was, again, we tape these meetings, transcribe them, and then look at what are some of the themes. And what we found was that there'd be some outliers, but in each focus group, they were very, very similar. They came out with knowing your learning style, staying motivated, overcoming setbacks, managing time, which was a huge one, and making decisions. So out of maybe 10 focus groups of about 6 to 7 people, those were the themes that over and over again, no matter what other little bits came out, they were always mentioned. So then from that we can say, okay, here are 5 themes that if you cover these in a learning-to-learn program, most people will be able to increase their ability to fulfill their potential. So the key to using clean language as a research methodology with focus groups is get your structured questions just right, and then who's like that? 2 or 3 clean questions, no more than that. Otherwise, the group starts to think about them. It's 2 or 3 clean questions. Who's not like that? Who's got something different? And then keep going around. Keep going around. And then you allow the themes to emerge from the group rather than one person dominating them. So 2 or 3 questions, quite light, quite conversational. Who's not like that? And keep going around. And then repeat it with another group. Repeat it with another group and notice the themes that emerge.